John Gaxi here with another episode of 10-Minute Real Food. Today, we're keeping it simple. Remember, no stove. We're making a salad, but it's not your traditional salad. This is actually a salad you're going to want to have as your go-to. It's a green salad. Everything's green. So stick around and let me show you how quick and easy it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, everything is pretty much green. Nothing is off limits, but I'm going to show you how to balance between savory and sweet and still keep your ratios in there so you can have something nice and nutritious. So we're going to start by washing it. So I have arugula, I have spinach, I have regular red leaf and green leaf lettuce. I have some scallions that you can use. I have some cilantro, some mint, some basil. You don't have to use it all. I have apple, avocado too. Everything's green, pistachios. And then we're going to make it with tuna and then a special dressing. You don't have to use everything, but I just want to show you the variety. Some of the things I like to use just to add some flavor, like especially the mint and the basil and the scallions, they add a different punch to it, right? Rather than just your garden salad with tomatoes and carrots and the same old that you're probably bored by now. So let's do this. Let's add some of this, even though it's going to be green, let's add some variety and some color. So we're going to add some of this red leaf lettuce. And what I'll do is I'll just grab a couple leaves, chop the ends off. Alright, put that in there. We'll add some arugula. Arugula tends to be pretty pungent and peppery, so if you don't like too much of that, you can either not use it or add a little bit. We'll add some spinach. And like I said, if you don't have all this or you don't want to buy all this at once, just use a couple of things, whatever's green. What we're trying to do is just get those greens in. I'm going to add a scallion. Actually, yeah, I can chop it now. I'll chop it and then I'm going to wash everything. So it will already be chopped. Cut that in half. So once again, no stove, no food processor. Let's clean up. Cilantro. Now this is an idea I've gotten from this is what I do. I wrap the cilantro because cilantro tends to go bad fairly easy, and when you cook for 50 people like I do, then you have to save as much as possible. But this is an idea I got from Vietnamese food. They add pretty much cilantro and basil to everything, and that's what I've been doing recently in my wraps and my salads. It just adds nice freshness, nice flavor without adding any unnecessary salt or without adding any unnecessary ingredients that aren't always good for us. I'll add some basil, as I mentioned, some more green. And this gives it a really nice punch, believe it or not. And a couple mint leaves. Just rough chop those, like I showed you, chiffonade. And a couple weeks ago I showed you how to chiffonade. Be careful with the fingers. And you can add them whole too. You can tear them up with your hands, add them whole. Or in bigger pieces, not a big deal. It's basically a leaf. What else? I want to wash the apple. And I think that's it. All right, so let's take this over to the sink. Wash our apple pretty well here. Rinse our leaves. Let's get this to turn. Now I'm going to get my bowl here where I'll be making my salad. And I'm going to open up my tuna. Now sometimes I make this with salmon, sometimes I make it with tuna. You can make it with chicken. You know how I get the rotisserie chicken, sometimes I make it with that. It just depends on what I have on hand or what I feel like. So let me drain my tuna. And then I'm going to put that in there. I'm also going to put half of my avocado. Nice. So I'm just going to mash up my tuna. So this is basically my twist on tuna salad. Most tuna salad is made with mustard, mayonnaise, carrots, celery, which by all means you can add. But I just want to make sure I add these greens in there. Greens are not everyone's favorite, so I like to spruce it up a little bit so that it's somewhat inviting and somewhat good. Our next step is, I wanted to show you, I'm going to make this dressing. And this is what I do. I save these little, this was from a tea, I think. This was from some moles that I think my mom bought. But I like to save these because I like to put all the ingredients of the dressing in there and then shake it up. You know, instead of doing a whisk or trying to mix it all in there. So this is what I do. I'm going to put my spices in here. You can put whatever you want. You can put Italian seasoning. Here I'm using herbs de Provence, which has some rosemary, basil, salt, black pepper, onions. So I put that in there. Oh, wine sauce. And then I put this spicy habanero mustard that I just bought from the store. And the reason I like this spicy habanero mustard is because it'll go really good with the apple that we're going to add in. So nice, tangy and sweet. There it is. And then I'm going to add some olive oil. Alright, good. Shake that up. And this is really nice too if you're taking this to work or you're taking it out, picnic, lunch at the park. You can take this with you and it won't make your salad soggy. So you can just put it in your lunch pail or put it in your lunch box and you're good to go. So good, I just want to make sure we get everything in there. Now I'm going to score my avocado. So as I've shown you before, be careful with your hands if you're not comfortable. You just push it enough to where you can touch the bottom, but not too far that you cut your hand. I usually like to use pretty dull knives for this. This one's actually kind of dull, so that even if it goes through, it doesn't slice my hand. All right, so I will scoop that out. So you have it in nice little squares. You don't have to chop it up. Now I'm going to grate my apple, and I like to use green apple because it has that sweet and tart flavor already. Let me put this down here. Gets kind of, all right, we're gonna go another route. I usually use the Vitamix, not the Vitamix, the food processor for this, but I'm going to go another route. The skin tends to be pretty tough, and that's why that's not working. So let's go this route instead. All right. I'm going to do slices, and then just chop them into little squares to give it that nice crunch. Really nothing fancy. And like I said, you can use any kind of, I'm gonna save that for later, any kind of apple, any kind of vegetables. No biggie. Alright, put that in there. Maybe a little bit more apple than we actually needed. We only really need half an apple for this. Add some of those pistachios, green. We're going to add our veggies in there, or I mean our leaves in there, and our dressing. So look at that. And then finally, we mix it all up. So you want to make sure you get that dressing nice in there. Plate it up. And you're good to go. And really this dressing is phenomenal. It's really, really good. It adds really a special dimension to a salad, any salad. And when you couple it up with some sweetness and some nuts and those different flavors, those pungent flavors from the herbs, it's just really great. So there you have it, your green salad. Enjoy. Let me know how it goes and keep up the journey. We have a couple more weeks left. I want to see how you do. So join me in the challenge. Bon appetit. Hits the spot every time.